My beautiful people, ladies and gentlemen, traders, come one, come all. Relentless traders back again, like a good habit, with another recap. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday, so we have to do a little bit of studying here as we go into the weekend. So grab your popcorn, grab your beverage of choice, sit back, relax, and let's talk a little bit about a couple of stocks that came up today. All right, so let's just go over the list of stocks that we were looking at here first, right? XRTX, cheaper stock. TPST, stock from a few days ago and last week that did well. LIPO, one of the main stocks today, as well as MTC. Guys, MTC was my best stock here, up 160. And you guys will see I'm up 164, small green day. But before we look at the charts, just a quick reminder. All right, guys, remember that trading is risky, right? Trading is risky. It has its pros and cons. Do not go guns a blazing. Take it slow. Start off small. All right, guys. Don't just go guns a blazing into the market like any other field. It takes time to get consistent and competent. All right. So limit your exposure as you look to learn. Other than that, remember, I do not invest money for my subscribers, right? A lot of fake accounts out there, a lot of fake Relentless Trader accounts. I will never message you first. I will never talk about copy trading or mirror trading. Stay safe out there on all social media platforms. Lastly, remember, copy trading is a recipe for disaster. All right. So let's talk about LIPO first. LIPO is the one we're going to look at here first. This stock was not bad. It was not bad, man. But sometimes I just don't come in with the intensity that's necessary. And you know, another side of things is that there's a little too much caution. And so let's talk about some of the first entries that I saw when I was watching this stock. Yesterday, to start the day, you guys saw me go green fairly quickly on not too much action because I was very active in trading the first 1 minute, watching the high, the low, getting a good idea of what the range is, and taking the entries as I see them. Today, I saw an entry in here, but just was not willing to go for it. And I'm like, it might be too soon, it might be too early, the stock might not be ready. And before you know it, I missed that entry and the stock is just going. So we went from a low of 225 to a high of 250 rather quickly. I usually do my best in the front side of the move. Some traders, they're pretty good at trading, the pullback entries, whether it's like a big pullback in this area here, maybe getting long and selling a little higher. I usually stay away from a lot of the, bigger drawdown and bounce areas in these, in this kind of back half range. Now, in this front half right here is where I like to trade. And, as I feel like the sentiment is in my favor, right? And the dips are more likely to hold up. So, a disaster missing that entry. The first pullback comes along, and I'm a little too hesitant. Once again, recognizing there's an entry, but wanting a little bit more of a drop. And so ultimately opting not to take this pullback here. That was a big mistake. This is probably the biggest mistake and mistrade here for me of the day. This was the biggest mistrade of the day, man, because, being in here would have given me a good opportunity to just hold and get a nice sweet bounce back to the highs. And so this went from 40 up to 55. And then down here, we came to a low 46. Quick drop right here. Not quite the retest of the lows of 39, but quick drop. I should have definitely done better on this stock. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. And then one more time right here, we're low 45. And from there, we ripped up to a new high of 60. Very good. Right here, I did want to see more of a continuation before a red candle. So I wasn't sure if this was a false breakout and a rejection of the highs, or if the stock wanted to pull back and then retest the highs. So right here, I was very skeptical, and I ended up opting to stay away for the most part right here. And even this 1 minute candle as we made the new high, I did not get involved. So, I think this is a little bit more fair for me. Okay, I'm very skeptical of this area. So I ended up not trading because I wanted to see more of a move up before the pullback. But again, the entry that I saw in here on this candle should have been in. Should have took this dip at 39. I mean, just big slacking, man. Big slacking. Gotta just take what's in front of me and just live with the trades. If it goes lower, I can sell and get back in. I just gotta take what's in front of me and live with the trades, man. Trade what is being presented, not what I want. It's a difference, right? Gotta trade today's momentum, not yesterday's momentum, not the day that's to come, right? Not tomorrow. Gotta trade today's momentum. Falling victim to that here these last few weeks, a few times here and there, and it does show ultimately, because where I should be up a couple $100, again, I'm using small size, right? 1K, 1500, 2K, 3K shares, where I should be up a couple $100, I am essentially flat, right? And so, even with these same entries, once you put the size behind it, if you're to be a little bit more aggressive, 5K, 10K, maybe even more, you can definitely get up to a couple $1,000. But you got to be willing to take on the risk, knowing that if the stock does come down on you, you still have to treat the trade the same and not get emotionally tied and get frustrated. You got to stay in the Goldilocks zone. You got to stay firm. All right. So before we continue to MTC, just a quick reminder for MMU. As mentioned, there are some small changes that we want to talk about, and I'm gonna put out a video later into the week, I believe on Sunday, right? But quickly, just a quick reminder, guys, don't forget that Tim's coupon will be expiring soon. For those of you who do not know, Tim is now a part of the community and is offering archives as well. All right, guys, so you can utilize coupon code Tim. Coupon code Tim will get you guys 40% off all of the MMU products. And remember, if you utilize it on gold, you will be given full access to our flagship course, of course, mentorship, lectures, Q&As, and everything that comes along with that, as well as Tim's archives. So if you want the full package, you guys can look into gold. If not, you can look into the other services that are there. So with that being said, let's come back over to MTC. All right, so quickly here, MTC, guys, MTC, man. MTC is a stock that I'm very frustrated with, because I don't know if you guys recall at the end of the live stream, like, you know what, I didn't eat breakfast today, I'm just gonna go get some breakfast. I came back and I saw this thing and it was all the way up here. And I'm like, you know what, man, I can't do anything about it. I tried to get involved with small size, but it just felt so high. And this was me attempting a break of $4 here. It just felt so high up. We'll come back to this beginning area here, right? But and you know what? With this wedge, I drew up this wedge. I'm thinking, like, can we see something like this? Like we had, on TPST a few days ago. It sold off, and I let my guard down. I'm gone. And look at this beautiful move. I mean, this is what we wanted all along, man. Why does these stocks do this? And it's like, for me, going through a bit of a slow period, this is exactly what I need. This is exactly what I want. But of course, I come back. I left round the live stream ended at 03, like right here. I come back later and I see this and I'm like, are you kidding me? So again, attempting to break a 4, it wasn't super clean. So I'm like, you know what, man? It just feels like I'm chasing it at this point. Like, let me not bother. It ended up going though. It ended up going from 16 to 72. But as mentioned, like, it just didn't feel good. I didn't feel comfortable. I need to feel comfortable, and all I could think is like, I missed the move, man. I was like, you missed it. You missed it. So, I do like that I tried at least for breaker 4, but we needed to be here. Best case scenario, right here, 07, 08. Worst case scenario, this flag right here could have been good. This is worst case scenario. We could have came right in this flag and, be able to see it. What I do like here, we had lows of 302. We had low of 305. So close to a double bottom down here. Man, come on, man. To miss this, man. Low of 05. We get the 1 minute candle, make the new high over 24. It goes to 36. Quick dip right here to 23, and then it takes off 57. From 57, it does a quick pullback. Low right here, 45, and rips. Nice, man, nice. From there, it's a bit more of a, I wouldn't really say grind because it's still moving, but the green candles weren't as full body, but still right here, nice uptrend. And then, bigger push to 21, pulled back, 96, and a rip to 72. I mean, absolutely incredible, man. Frustration. To miss this is like the trade of the stock of the day in that particular area. Guys, don't forget, for me, uptrending stocks is what I love. Again, some other guys, they might love the backside right here, especially the short sellers. I mean, the short sellers love this. Those who are in holding for a few minutes at a time, this is like, uh, this is lovely. So for me, a little frustrating there. If we go back to the beginning of this move and where I was able to capture something, it was in this sideways consolidation here, essentially. Wasn't super clean. Let's see where I started. I don't think I caught the beginning, if I'm not mistaken. And now the show trades doesn't want to work. MTC. Yeah, I didn't capture the very beginning of this area here, but coming in as it's starting to push up again and watching for entries. So, you guys know I love these breakouts, right? And so I'm watching right here. We got a high of 274. So over this level, as we're pushing up, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna keep a tight stop, and I'm gonna look for the higher move. So we ended up going from 74 to 98. From 74 to 98. Initially, we pushed to 80. We pulled back to 76, and from there it continued up. So that wasn't a bad area. But then once we got up to 3, we pulled back, and we pulled back hard. We pulled back to a low of 70 here before the bounce. And did I get to capture this low? Let's see. So 70. Let's see. I had an order. So of course let's see. I think this trade here at 94 might have been for the break over 3, thinking it was just dipping under the level slightly to continue. I tried 83, realized, hey, this might be a little too high. And then we got back in lower around 71. So this ended up being a great entry there. Let's see how the selling on this candle is going to look. So it looks like I sold that position at 71, at 78, 79. So 8-cent gain, probably could have held that a little longer, which wasn't bad. But yeah, these are the other trades. So this was essentially a flat trade. Again, trying to take the dip at 94, thinking we were going to rip right over 3, and then stopping out scratch at 82, 83 area to then buy back lower. So not bad, but we definitely wanted to hold this longer because, let's remove the show trades and look at this again. That's a great entry. The low of this candle is 70. I'm in at 71. We bounced all the way to 88. So I'm out too soon at taking a couple of cents. I needed to give it a little bit more time to at least get out 84, 85 would have been better. And for those people who held it for at least 5 minutes, you can see right here, it got back to $3. So not bad there at all. Came back down to 73, popped up to 96. So, it wasn't bad in this area, right? As I'm saying, but we need the pull away. And it doesn't have to be this dramatic, but if we can get the squeeze here, small green candles, maybe we get a little bit of a pullback and it goes sideways and then we go again. Something like this could have been good. Or if it wants to be this aggressive, but can we skip this big move down, which made me think, the stock is finished, backside. It's why some people do love watching the backside area, because sometimes we get tight into these wedges, and this bear flag, because it's essentially the opposite, right? We have a bear flag, we're seeing resistance. The moment we're over resistance, you're long here. Or maybe you're even just watching the lows, right? This is still like the breakout mindset. If you're watching the lows, okay, we have a low in here at, you know, 38 area, higher low at 43. So maybe 43, stop at 38, and holding for a few minutes resulted into this epic move. But what does suck though is how it comes down. I mean, this is brutal, man. It's why we always have to respect our stop and never average down, because sometimes you're thinking, okay, right here, VWAP, this is gonna bounce and curl back up. Doesn't do anything. Even you might say down here, okay, it has to be here for a bounce. Back up. Nope. Still didn't bounce to this day. Well, I guess it's the same day, but even now. And maybe eventually power hour or something, it kind of does something, but it's brutal, man. You gotta really be careful here. You gotta really be careful. Not good. But yeah, that was the day, guys. Quick recap. Again, take a look at the link for the course, for the link for the Discord, everything else that we have down there. It's been Relentless Trader. Quick recap. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hit that thumbs up on the way out. Enjoy Friday. Don't obsess over the market. Detach. Enjoy the time doing other things. Study up when you can and be ready. Be fresh for Monday morning. All right. See you guys over the weekend. Stay safe, stay green.